Korean detainees said that they were treated like prisoners of war. Korean workers were led away in chains, and South Koreans are pissed. Testimonies that have been provided by these detainees have alleged abusive conditions at the detention facilities in Georgia where they were being held, including human rights violations and racist remarks made by U.S. ICE officials directed to those Korean detainees. This is my shocked face. Are you shocked that ICE officials would be using racist and derogatory remarks to detainees? The Career Herald further reporting that it was 307 men and 10 women. The 307 men were being held at a detention facility in Folkestone, while the 10 women, including one who was pregnant, were being held at a nearby detention center. That the detainees said that they lived in squalid detention facilities, that the raid not only was terrifying, but they were shackled, handcuffed, they were treated like criminals, and they had guns pointed at them. Again, totally on brand, right, for our federal immigration authorities here in the United States. They clearly, I don't know, are we supposed to get some comfort that they're clearly treating everybody the same damn way? ICE agents told these detainees, including the South Koreans, sign these documents, didn't give them an explanation of what they were signing, or never informed them of what their rights were. Furthermore, there was no translations done of these documents. And these people, these detainees, were led to believe that if they signed these forms, they would just be let go. That was what they were led to believe. But no, once they signed the forms, they were arrested and then they were shackled and or tied together with cable ties. Personal belongings and phones confiscated as occurs. Issued prison uniforms and given identification numbers. Sounds very Nazi-esque, right? Crammed into temporary facilities with moldy mattresses, no heating. They were later moved to two-person cells with toilets inside the living space, right? With no room for privacy, and the food was so poor they couldn't eat it. Here's where this is the Trump administration policy on immigration, this wholesale roundup of people without any consideration and due process. Well, here, you're gonna get even more freaking outrage when you hear this. That was the part of this immigration raid. Are you ready? That search warrant, it was looking for 4 Latinos. And listen, I'm not even saying that that was kosher. Who the hell knows if that was legal, the grounds by which they were looking for these 4 Latinos? But I don't know. Last I checked, the Latinos are not the South Koreans, right? Would you want to go back to the United States if you were there working, doing something that was ultimately for the benefit of America? To be creating a plant, to be building a plant, to be able to get it up and running? When some crazy MAGA Karen who's running for Congress is calling ICE to report lies about what's happening there? And then you're treated like shit when you're in detention?